Yeah, he's left the car park. He's now heading along Royal Street.
Turned right.
He's turned right. Where is he? Oh, that's about right. That's within his normal time frame for going home. If he returns home, we would expect him to stay there for an hour or so, and then go out again, and then we're on. That if he does that, that's the pattern we're looking for. That would be, hopefully, to whatever is his regular afternoon activity, in which case we'll be able to identify whether that involves children, which is the whole purpose of the day. It's looking satisfactory so far, but I'm almost always proved wrong, so I'm sure today will be no different.
The suspect's regular afternoon activity appears to be drinking in a pub. There will be no more surveillance on him, but the police will return to search his home for any evidence that may help their case against him. Other members of the major investigation team are in Southampton. As a result of an investigation into a ring of paedophiles in southern England, they have intelligence that a man named Stephen Harriott has a large collection of indecent images of children and is in regular contact with local young girls. The police believe that he is using his position as the assistant warden of his block of flats to befriend single mothers with the intention of grooming their children.
Give me that, give me. Go. Stand back! Stand down, there you are! You stay there, just stand still. Okay, put your hands on your head. Put your hands on your head.
What's your name? Stephen. We're here with a warrant. Do exactly as you're told and everything will be explained to you in a minute, alright?
Yeah. You sit still.
He's got his hard drive in the bath full of water and I want to film it in situ.
Yeah.
Can you just come in and do that for me? Right, we're bringing in a camera here just so that we can film exactly what's happening here with your computer equipment in the bath. Mr. Harriott, if you stay with these officers to stay with you, you're just going to get dressed. I will explain to you exactly what's happening, and once you are dressed, I will explain fully exactly why we're here and what we are going to do today. Okay? If you stay with these officers and get dressed first.
Right, stand up, face the wall. You're been detained for the purpose of the search. You're a bit high.
Mr. Harriott, as I explained to you, I'm a police officer from the Metropolitan Police. My name is DC Hilary Lum. I'm in possession here of a search warrant for your premises, which has been issued by the local magistrates court under Section 4 of the Protection of Children Act. The reason for the search is that we have information that you may have paedophilia, pornography, at your address. And what we intend to do is conduct a full search of your flat. Have you got, to your knowledge, any pornography, child pornography here at your flat?
No.
During the search, DC Lum is approached by a concerned neighbour who wants to talk about Harriott.
So about 10:15, 10 to 10, front door bell went. And I looked through and saw a girl stood there. Just the one, but there was another one there, but I didn't see her because she was stood sort of out the way.
Mm.
And I opened up front door and I said to her, wow, 10 o'clock at night, And I looked at her and she had no shoes on. And I said to her, what's the matter? And she said, oh, nothing, wrong flat, we're looking for Steve.
Right.
And I said, right, okay. And she said, and she just went there and then went into the flat. Like, what's a young girl doing? Knocking, looking for Steve at 10 o'clock at night with no shoes on. If it was his niece or whatever and she was staying there, then she would have left this flat. But where was she going at 10 o'clock at night with no shoes on?
How old do you think she was?
I'd say about 10. And it's last week, the week before, I was looking out the window in the morning and saw Steve leaving. And he had 2 young girls with him then. And one was, well, one only looked about 6, 7. She had a school uniform on, and it was a red jumper. The other one was older, like 12, something like that.
You just walk with me.
The police cannot arrest Harriet because there is no immediate evidence that he is in possession of indecent images of children. They ask him to accompany them while they search another address he is known to stay at.
Right, if you can sit in there for a minute.
The search team seizes the computer that Harriet put in the bath. It is sent to the computer lab where a forensic analyst succeeds in retrieving the material Harriet was trying to destroy. He shows the disturbing evidence to the officers on the case.
There's about 46 movies there in the whole series.
Wow.
46, yeah. They vary in length and in content. You can see that one's quite clearly a child. They are mainly females. We have some particularly nasty ones in one of your statics. I will reference. Basically bestiality involving children. This is the first time I can recall seeing bestiality with children. I've certainly handled thousands of pictures.
It was worse than I thought, actually. Did you?
Yeah,
the bestiality.
The bestiality. I mean, that's just
and
horrendous.
the kid with the hood over its head. That was
the
really
little girl
quite vile,
towards the
wasn't
end, horrific. The Great Dane as well. They'd actually bound the dog's feet and taped the paws and taped it
They
up.
didn't want it to scratch the child.
Yeah, they didn't want to scratch the child, but they didn't mind it. Oh, it's just unbelievable, isn't it?
The police have decided to arrest the ex-PE teacher. They now have 7 former pupils who have come forward, and the allegations now include indecent assault and buggery.
Right, morning. I'm Detective Constable Neil Albrechts, and I'm from the Child Protection Major Investigation Team at East Ham. Sorry for coming in really early, but there really is no choice with this particular bloke because he goes out religiously at 5:37 every morning, so we have to start early for him. Cut a long story short, we're out today to arrest a lifetime paedophile who's a retired wrestler and retired teacher. We've been investigating for about 6 months now, our team. We've got 7 allegations from various former pupils when he was a teacher, including buggery. What we plan to do, because we know from our own surveillance that he comes out at 5:37 to go to work every morning, rather than doing rapid entry and securing the premises that way, we're just simply going to wait outside for him, and when he comes out, we'll arrest him. If he doesn't come out, then we've got an enforcer, which we will use after about 15 minutes. If he doesn't come out at 5:37, then we will put the door in about 5:45. One of the reasons we think he might be having contact with children is that when we've been doing surveillance, he's been wearing very child-oriented clothing, certainly a Pokemon T-shirt, and on this occasion on the camera, what looks to me like some sort of club sweatshirt with like some sort of cartoon animal with writing around it. So we're very interested in basically going through all of his clothing, obviously any child's clothing that we'll take, but also anything which gives us any reason to think that it's related to a child, or that it's just childlike, you know, it's a Disney sweatshirt, we'll take anything like that at all. Despite the fact he's been investigated numerous times, certainly he's been arrested twice in the last 3 years for indecency offences against children, he's never had his address searched. So we want to absolutely find anything that is in there at all. Our view is that he's probably got involved in some sort of organisation club in order to get access to children. So mainly today we are after documents. Every conceivable kind of document. We want to know everything there is to know about his lifestyle, so that we can conduct further inquiries and locate any other children he might have abused recently. That's his flat. Normally, on the camera footage, Arthur and light would come on at about 5 and then go off again after he'd finished. Yeah. He takes a day off just to annoy me. Mr. Can you open the door, please? It's the police. If you don't come and open the door, we're going to break it open. You've got 20 seconds.
Best we do it accurately.
There's no one behind the door. Go for it. Please!
Clear!
Clear. Untidy, but clear. What is he there?
I think he's gone early, mate.
Well, in that case, we can't search, can we? We have to go and nick him at work.
Yeah.
What on earth?
The thing is, I can't see how he would have come out. He'd have to have come out on this road, would he?
No,
he could have come out another way.
The only thing is, if he'd stayed somewhere else and gone to work, if he'd played with a mate last night, because he'd been on the bevy or something, he could be. Morning, Gov. Is there another bloke that normally works here in the morning? Is he here today?
He'll be back on Monday.
Do you know where he's gone?
Yeah, he's gone to the Isle of Man.
He's gone to the Isle of Man?
Yeah, he went on
Right.
Tuesday.
Do you know, has he got friends or relatives there or something?
No, he's gone to a hotel.
A hotel?
Do you know what hotel?
Pardon?
Do you know the name of the hotel?
No, I couldn't tell you.
No. Has he gone with anyone else, or has he just gone on his own?
He took 3 days off.
But has he gone with any friends, or has he just gone
No,
on his own?
by himself.
Yeah.
Because the suspect is not there, the police obtain a warrant to search his flat.
12. RJB 16. There's 14 videotapes.
14.
12 videotapes. Listen to this. I give my permission for 3 boys to go to school on a school trip to France with Mr. and share a hotel room with him. Dated. No date.
This is a kitchen, apparently.
Allegedly.
I've got my respirator in the van, I might get that.
Oh my God!
No, that's what I said.
Okay, can we have this? Can we have this? It's from
Of course.
cupboard. From the cupboard? Yeah.
At the end of the day, with this inquiry, there's a huge amount of evidence already been gathered. I mean, you know, a lot of statements have been taken, direct evidence of him committing offences, a lot of corroboration from other witnesses, a lot of similar fact evidence with almost identical offences being committed against, different people that didn't know each other. So if we don't find any evidence to do with the school allegations, it's not a problem because we've got plenty already. If we don't find any information linking him to any other children or anything else to do with children, then we've done all we can. We'll be as satisfied as we can be that he's not having contact with children. We can never know that for certain, but at least we will have tried. But this is not a sort of win or lose day. It's a win-win day. Either we find bonus information or we don't.
Go get some fresh air.
What is it? No, I had a little bit of the old bile come up.
Give him some medical. Oh, you can't take it. Come on, you're a big hero. Right.
After 8 hours of searching, there is no evidence to suggest that their suspect is currently abusing children. But the team will have to sift carefully through the seized material. First, they must arrest him on his return from the Isle of Man to interview him about the allegations of sexual abuse. DC's Neil Albrechtsen and Jackie Sabir are at the airport to meet him.
Excuse me, are you Mr. Can I just have a quick word with you? I'm Detective Constable Neil Albrechtsen from the Child Protection Major Investigation Team at East Ham. I have to tell you that you're under arrest for offences of buggery and indecent assault on boys at school. You don't have to say anything. It may harm your defence if you fail to mention when questioned, something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Okay, you understand all of that? What we're going to do now is take you in a police car to Bethnal Green Police Station, where we're going to interview you about those allegations. Okay? Okay. I'm trusting you to behave yourself, Mr. So I'm not going to handcuff you or anything like that, but I will be sitting in the back with you, okay? We'll just take a seat, mind your head.
Under formal interview, he denies that he ever abused any of his pupils at school. He does admit to using the double-barrelling punishment, but claims that the boys' buttocks were never bare.
Okay.
On the day of his arrest, another former pupil comes forward with allegations of indecent assault. The ex-teacher is charged with 18 counts of indecent assault and 1 count of buggery, and is remanded in custody overnight. The next morning, he appears before a magistrate who releases him on bail until the start of his trial. With 8 victims making serious allegations against him, the police believe they have a strong case.
There's no guarantees on whether we're going to get a conviction. I feel very strongly that we've got an awful lot of evidence. In our favour, the victims don't know each other. They haven't met each other from school some 20, with over 20 years. And they've come together with very similar accounts of what's happened to them. So that, like we said to Mr. in the interview, there can only be 2 reasons why this have happened. A, all these witnesses who never knew each other have got together to concoct this story, or B, it's what happened. So I do feel that, we have a very strong case, and I'm really hopeful that we will get a conviction, and he will, if convicted, go away for a long time.
The police are confident, but the alleged offences took place a long time ago, and the victims did not come forward at the time.
I was probably more scared talking to the police than what Mr. was doing to me. I was absolutely petrified telling him the story because I had to go back all them years. I had to go back 21 years. I was shaking like a leaf because the way I'm explaining to him what he'd done was like being in that locker at the time. That's why it's so scary. It was like him being in that room. Mr. was in that room while I was talking to the police. I'm explaining to him what he's doing. It feels like that he's doing something to me, when I'm talking to him.
I think what people need to accept is that really not telling anybody is the norm. It's not the strange, weird, inexplicable, odd thing to do. It's the normal thing to do for most people. in my experience, it's very rare to find a child that will come forward straight away and tell someone the same day or the next day. That's not normally how it happens. And I think people, particularly judges, have difficulty getting their head around this idea that what they're seeing in a historical case is not some odd, suspicious, devious thing that someone's done, but it's actually the way normal human beings behave. And the other thing you need to remember is that people don't decide to wait. They don't decide that they're not going to tell anyone now and they'll tell someone later when it's the right time, and that they decide not to say anything. People make a decision that they're not going to tell anybody, and then something will happen later on in their life that makes them reevaluate that decision. It may be that the person that abused them has now got access to another child that's one of their younger relatives. It could be, with like one case we had where someone sees a documentary about the subject and is given the confidence by someone else's example to come forward. It can be as simple as that a couple of police officers turn up unannounced on your doorstep and ask you about the school that you went to or the children's home you were in, and suddenly an opportunity is presented to you to report something that you had never intended to report, but there they are, so you tell them.
DS Rob Brown and his colleagues have gathered this morning to pay a surprise visit on Peter Saint. This is not the first time that Saint has attracted the attention of the Child Protection Team. In the last 30 years, he has had 14 convictions against him for sexual offences against children. He is currently serving a 3-year sentence for sexually assaulting a young boy, but he is on release from prison under licence from the Home Office. He is in regular contact with other known paedophiles, and now the police have received intelligence that he may be offending again.
Mr. Saint, DS Brown, my colleagues from the Child Protection Major Investigation Team, East Ham. I'm in possession of a warrant to enter and search your premises for paedophilic material, which I intend to do. In a moment, when we've all got our breath and sorted ourselves out, I'll show you the warrant and I'll explain what the procedure will be today. Is it quite an old diary? Do we know what year it is?
94.
Right.
There's...
Has it got his name in it at all?
Yeah. Yeah, there's mentions in there.
We've come across quite a few photographs of young boys aged about 14, it seems to us. I invited him in to look at these photographs that we found in his bedroom, and he has basically said that they're his, and he was arrested by myself at just before 1 o'clock on suspicion of possession of indecent photographs. He claims they're not indecent and they're not boys. Obviously that'll be a matter for a judge or jury to decide. 75, and it's 13 video cassettes. I'm going to check the number there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14.
I don't know what you intend to do with these.
Just watch them.
That one is children's performance. That is
children.
That's what I'm saying.
Just the one. The children's performance 1993. Yeah.
That stay tuned was.
So if we just take that bit, it's indicating the children's performance.
Yeah.
Peter Saint is under arrest on suspicion of possessing indecent photographs. He is taken to a local police station to be interviewed and is later released on bail. Among the materials seized from Saint's home, DS Rob Brown has found a video containing images of child abuse. Because Saint has previous convictions, this may be sufficient evidence for a custodial sentence.
Right, well, what we've got is it's a copy of a commercial video, and it's a fairly bad copy, so I think it's been bootlegged a number of occasions. It's of a number of youths, some of which are, I'd say, barely 16, but at least one is definitely under 16, and they're engaging in acts of mutual masturbation, oral sex and buggery, basically, which, as I say, unfortunately has become known as the usual because we see so much of it. Basically it's just there's some somewhat sketchy plot based around them all turning up at some abandoned factory in a forest, looks like somewhere in Germany or Central Europe, and yeah, since I don't speak German, I've no idea what the plot is, but basically they're engaging in oral sex after about 30 seconds, so they obviously get on very well.
The indecent photographs seized from Saint's house on the day of his arrest feature a boy that Saint claims is 17. The police suspect that he is under 16 and are keen to find him. DC Neil Albertson has traced a youth with the same name that was written on the pictures. Because the youth has been in trouble with the police, his details are on file at a nearby police station.
In a sense, child protection is like the business end of it all, because I think that most people who behave badly in whatever way, whether it's they get tangled up in drugs or they get involved in prostitution, crime, later on, or child abuse later in life, generally speaking, there is some sort of episode in their past that can be called abuse, whether it's sexual abuse or that they were, you know, emotionally abused, neglected, or physically abused. There's always something. I personally, and maybe it's a prejudice, but think that children that have extremely happy, fulfilling, unabusive upbringings far, far less likely to find themselves in any kind of trouble, and less likely to be involved in crime or to turn out to be paedophiles or anything like that. So I think that if we could just get a grip on the treatment children receive, we'd go a long way to reducing crime across the board. I mean, it can't be any coincidence that when we arrest our paedophiles, the majority of them tell us that they've been a victim of abuse at some point, if they're talking to us at all. And that's the ones that tell us, and I'm sure others don't. Saint's sort of speciality is that he's in everyone else's business, really, other paedophiles. He sets himself up as a sort of, you know, prison visitor, advisor, lay advisor. I mean, we know he visits people in prison a lot, and he, you know, has other paedophiles around his house. We know he's a paedophile, he's got previous convictions for it, but the issue in this case is we know, it's a strange way around. We know, all the evidence is there. We know we possessed the photograph, we know he's shown the photograph, distributed it. The issue is it an indecent image of a child? It looks on face value like it is an indecent image of a child. However, if you can trace the person in the photograph, then you're duty bound to locate them and find out if they remember what age they were when it was taken. It's a difficult thing. I mean, you know, if you've been a victim of child abuse and you'd been, you know, subject to pornography when you were a child, and 10, 15 years later someone bowls up with a photograph of you from your past and waves it under your nose and says, "Is that you?" Very, very strong temptation just to say no, I suppose. But I would very much doubt that he really was 17, as it says in the photograph. Yeah, he doesn't look 17 to me. The eye colour, no, I don't know. See, it looks like him, except that the eyes are a different colour. No, I don't think it's him. No, I've decided I don't think it's him. Lovely, cheers.
the detectives will have to continue their hunt for the boy in the pictures. Saint is out of prison on licence. The Home Office may recall him to prison because he has been arrested. The video found at his house could result in another sentence. The Child Protection Major Investigation Team for West London has rushed to Earl's Court. They have reliable intelligence that a convicted paedophile with a history of attempted abduction of young boys is working at the boat show and is planning to strike there.
We've recently had information that a predatory paedophile may be at large during the course of the boat show. We believe that he has a knowledge of Earl's Court, and we believe that his method will be to lie in wait in one of the cubicles of a male toilet. We're 100% confident it will be a male that he'll go for, probably a boy between 10 and 13 years of age. He will lie in wait in the toilet, wait until an unaccompanied boy comes into the toilet, and then he'll try and seriously, decently assault him.
The suspect has a list of convictions dating back to 1981. In 1995, he was caught hiding in the toilets of a school in Brighton. In his rucksack, he was found to have a 9-inch carving knife, a sheet, a boy's school tie and shirt, 6 sash cords, and a can of cider. When the police searched his home, they found maps of Brighton, Slough, Maidstone, and Windsor. He had marked each map with the location of schools, the name of the headmaster, and the location of local parks. In 1999, during the model exhibition at Olympia, he attacked and sexually assaulted a 13-year-old boy in the toilets. He was sentenced to 4.5 years for indecent assault and false imprisonment. It's now 7 months after his release from prison, and he has a cleaning job for a company exhibiting at the boat show. His pass gives him access to all areas in Earl's Court. The police have a policy not to reveal the identity of convicted paedophiles unless there are exceptional circumstances. For now, all DS Roland Phillips can do is give a description of the suspect to the security staff.
How many toilets are there up here? There are quite a few, or?
5.
Yeah?
5. So there's the first one.
Right.
And then we'll go in there.
Let's just have a quick look.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, there ain't chance of getting somebody up.
Okay, then thanks for coming for that. Yeah, we will do in a few minutes, pal.
Oh, Christ, that's tucked away, yeah. And how many of these have we got? Have we got?
Loads throughout the building. 30.
Sorry, where do they go?
This will go up to level 4 to the office level and back to down to the is hardly ever used. So you won't get many public in here.
It's a nightmare. I mean, there's a huge basement area with all kinds of little hidey holes. My risk assessment on this is this guy's got all kinds of access which would allow him, you know, set up a lair or entice a child somewhere. And it's just too risky. If you put 100 officers in here, you couldn't do it. Having had a quick scout around the place with the security staff, and I think the sooner that we can actually tell them who he is, give them a photograph and get him excluded, the better.
Day 1 of the boat show is drawing to an end. There have been no sightings of the suspect. If he is there, he is successfully evading the police. The next day, a senior officer at Scotland Yard decides that the suspect is too dangerous to be allowed to roam free around Earl's Court. He gives permission for the team to show a photograph to security staff.
I've got your photographs.
Yes.
You know what Roland said he can't actually write
I know
the
that,
name
yeah.
on or anything like that.
Yeah.
You've got a physical description, haven't you?
Yeah.
Like he's 5'9" and... I mean, it might be that people here recognise him because he has been in the building, but the point is we would not be able to
No, I
give you
understand
his
that.
name. Okay. So that's him there. I think there's two other photocopies of that, which you can put up or whatever.
I can also show them to the security staff.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's been agreed. That's fine.
One of the security staff immediately recognises the suspect from the photograph. She confirms that she saw him the previous day.
I can describe him. He's got dark hair, his ears stick out like that, and his lips look like they're blown up, especially the top one. And he had a olive green gabardine. It's gabardine, not nylon, was it? Down to there. Right. And he had a rucksack, but I don't know what colour that was, because I didn't take that much notice. I am very nosy, though, very observant.
That's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. Have you seen a picture of...
Yes,
You've been
I
shown
have.
a picture today, and do you think that was the same
That
fellow?
was him.
Yeah.
I clocked it straight away.
So how many times did you think you've seen him then?
I just seen him the once go
Right.
through. He went through from my entrance.
Right. So this fella, you just didn't like the
I
look
just
of him?
didn't like the look of him. I thought he looked creepy, let's put it like that.
Right.
And his eyes.
Yeah.
He was very
Okay.
staring. There's
Well-
something in one of the television programmes he reminds me of, and I can't work it out.
Okay.
Whether it's Emmerdale or the
Oh, right.
He looks like one of the guys in there.
Unfortunately, he'd lose me on that one.
Would I?
Yeah. Right, look, I've got this picture again. Just have a quick look.
Yeah. That is
You're
him.
happy with that?
Yeah, because the one I seen down there had a green shirt on.
Right.
And a
okay.
jumper.
Right.
There are no further sightings of the suspect at the show, and to the relief of the officers,